Hi, I'm Trudy Tapscott.
And I'm Britt Bergmeister.
And anyone who thinks that modeling is not a hard job hasn't really seen it close up, because it is. I think it's a really difficult job. Not just the actual job itself, but everything surrounding the job. Mm-hmm. I always have the most respect for the models that I represented, because they were able to sort of handle so many things at once. I think about, my personal schedule or my life, that, I know exactly where I'm going to be on any given day. Everything is pretty scheduled. There's not, nothing really is a big surprise. In modeling, everything is a big surprise. You lose control of your schedule. Until you've gotten to a certain point where you're actually working every day, you kind of don't know where you're going to be from one day to the next. You have a lot of appointments, you have castings, you have last minute things, you have requests. You have a job tomorrow, you need to get a manicure and a pedicure tonight, and you get that request at 7. Mm-hmm. Or you need to have put self-tanner. It's like, well, I don't have any self-tanner. You have to go get self-tanner. You have to do the self-tanner. Yeah. You have to do all the things to be prepared for the job. Those are things in the beginning up to the intermediate part that are really hard. I think that when you reach a certain level in modeling, some things become easier and other things become really difficult. You're flying around the world. You fly and you shoot. You have no sleeping. There's very little sleep. Sometimes you don't get enough rest. You're shooting, coats when it's 95 degrees outside, and you're wearing bathing suits when it's cold outside. Yeah. There's all sorts of things that, if you're not modeling, it sounds like still it would be great. Like, oh, I would do that. It's no big deal. That doesn't sound hard. When you're doing it, after 3 years of doing that all the time, every day, that's your life, it can be somewhat tedious. Yeah. I think that, you have to have the psychological wherewithal to handle that people are focused on your external all the time. And so at a certain point, sometimes it feels like you as the person, the inside person, doesn't matter, because you think that people like you or don't like you based on whether they hire you or don't hire you. Yeah. And it's really sometimes not that immediate. So I think that it's a really, really challenging job. I think that you make a huge investment. You don't know what the outcome's going to be. Yeah. It's not like you're going to an internship and you're going to get a job, and the rules within in order to gain employment are clear, and you understand exactly what you have to do to get them. In modeling, nothing is really that clear. There is no two stories, no two jobs, no two models, no anything that is the same. So any example anyone gives you is not necessarily what's going to happen to you. Yeah. So you spend there's a lot of time that you're kind of uncomfortable, and you rush to wait. That's why having a book or things, it's not a normal business. It's not anything that anybody in your family's ever done, unless they've worked in entertainment. It's challenging. It's challenging to stay centered and to stay balanced in the midst all kinds of uneasy planning, uncertainty.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be definitely strong and confident with yourself. You're going to get told no so many times.
More than yes.
But, definitely. But, it might not be your look. Maybe they needed a blonde versus a brunette. That's a huge thing. That's happened to me so many times. And the uncertainty is really, I think that's the hardest thing for me, is not having a schedule, because my personality, I like to have everything planned out, and that's been the hardest thing to cope with.